And so I do have to go back to some of your own predictions, and that includes for Bitcoin. You've told me very recently that you still think, within the last couple months, that you think that Bitcoin in the next 5 years or so can get to 500,000.
I do. Listen, this is a story about two things. It's about adoption and it's about global economics. And while this is a bump in the road in adoption, it's certainly not a U-turn. We continue to see institutions in Europe, in the Mideast, in the US, who haven't gotten involved yet looking at this as an opportunity. And they're not diving with 2 feet right now because people that work in institutions are a little more cautious. But once we get balance, once we get equilibrium and start a new narrative, they'll be back. And I just don't see, when I look at the global landscape between Europe, Japan, the US, China, how fiscal prudence gets put back in a box. We have debt to GDP over 140%. That almost never ends without a debt restructuring or a hyperinflation, right? Listen, we had 9% inflation this year, so they did a pretty decent job of taking 9%, or well, 3% rates, 9% inflation, you take 6% off the debt. You need to do that for a long time, and people get really angry when you have high inflation.